Tonight, we are taking the second topic in decision or price theory. This topic is about how companies determine the selling price for their products. If you look at companies, businesses, you must try to determine a price for your products. Regardless of the nature of your business or size or the complexity of a business organization, the most important strategic decision made by management is how to determine the selling price. For this lecture, you have lecture fee. The management of equity must determine the fee to pay per paper. If you are writing one paper, management determine the fee. If you are writing two papers, management determine the fee. Now the question is, how do companies determine price for their product? You may ask yourself as an individual. As individuals, at times we attend interviews. We are trying to get a job, or we are trying to change to another job. You attend interview, and at that interview, you are asked to set your price. How much should the company pay you? That is pricing. Tell us the price you think you want. You want to work as an accountant with this company. We are now asking you to name your price. What is the price of your service? If you look at that question, it's a very sensitive question, because the price you quote may determine whether to hire you or not to hire you. The same applies to company. The price quoted for a product determine or may determine whether to buy the product or not to buy the product. Pricing is a very sensitive decision. The selling price of a product is the primary determinant of quantity demanded. Pricing decision will affect contribution per unit, and will affect volume of demand. Pricing is a decision made and reviewed regularly. If you look at it, you can go to market today. The price of a product is 1,000. The next day, the price is 1,100. The question is, why is price not static? Pricing is not static. A lot of factors affect pricing. Pricing will have impact on the sales growth. Company can use pricing as a weapon to achieve competition or to destroy competition. You can use your price to force your competitor out of that. I will give you a good example. During the Muslim fasting, like 3 months back, thereabouts, during the Muslim fasting, Dangote Petrochemical reduced the price of its petrol, of its fuel, by 100 naira. It was during the period of fasting. So he reduced the petroleum product pricing, that is fuel now, by 100 naira. That reduction is even below cost of production. But the man was looking at it that, let me do charity in the month of Ramadan, the Muslim fasting. The man reduced the price by 100 naira. That reduction, competitors, the like of Mobu, they were forced to reduce their price. Because people willing to buy fuel now, they will now move to Dangote filling station, MRS, because they can get fuel at a cheaper rate. Meaning that you can use pricing to force your competitor out of the business. You can also use pricing to achieve competition. Many factors will influence the price of a product. What are these factors? One is the corporate objective of the business entity. We have impacts on the pricing. For example, if a company is established to make profits, then that company will set a selling price that will guarantee profits. Alternatively, if a company or organization is established to render services, particularly not-for-profit service, such organization can charge a price below the cost of production, because the organization is not established to make profits. So the corporate objective will have impact on your pricing. Number two, the nature of the company's products. Is the product of necessity or luxury? Is the product durable in nature or perishable in nature. That will have impact on your pricing. If you are dealing with perishable products, that means within two days, you must find a way to sell the product. And if that product cannot be preserved, that becomes a challenge. You must find a way to vary your price to ensure that you cover your costs and make profits. Number 3, actual cost of production. The actual cost of production will have impact on the pricing. Number 4, the degree of competition. The degree of competition will also have impact on the pricing. If a company is operating in a monopoly market, that company can afford to charge higher price, particularly if the product is of necessity. A good example is electricity. Number 5, we talk about the elasticity of demand for the company's products. The elasticity of demand for the company's products. That will have impact on the pricing. All right. We have discussed the concept of pricing, the importance of pricing decision. Why should company pay attention to the price of its products? Because the price of your products will determine the quantity demanded, and that will affect your profits. Now, our next discussion. What are the methods of setting pricing? Our next discussion. What are the methods of setting selling price? Any question, please? All right. I assume there's no question. Let's move on. We have cost plus pricing method. For most companies use cost plus pricing method. Most business organizations, particularly companies established to make profit, most of them use cost plus pricing method. What is cost plus pricing method? The cost of the product is estimated or calculated. Thereafter, a percentage markup will be added to the cost. For cost plus method, The cost of the product is estimated. Thereafter, certain percentage markup will be added to the cost. So as to determine the selling price of the product. We have three types of cost plus pricing method. We have three types of cost plus pricing method. One is full cost plus pricing method. One is full cost plus. Please hold on, I'm trying to enlarge this. One is full cost plus pricing method. This method is also known as absorption cost plus pricing method. Under this method, the total cost of the product is calculated. The total cost includes both the variable cost and the fixed cost. Total cost include both the variable cost and the fixed cost. Under full cost method, you are going to take the variable cost of the product plus the fixed cost of the product. That will now give you the total cost of the product. Thereafter, certain percentage markup will be added to the total cost so as to derive the selling price of the product. This method guarantees that the company will cover all its costs and achieve profits. The method can be used for planning. Number two method, marginal cost plus pricing method, also known as variable cost plus pricing method. This method only consider the variable cost of the product. This method only consider the variable cost of the product. It ignores the fixed cost. Under this method, you are going to take all the variable costs, or what we call relevant costs of the product. Thereafter, certain percentage markup will be added to the total variable cost so as to determine the selling price of the product. This method is mostly used for short-term decision making. This method is mostly used for short-run decision making. Number 3.
Kazan. Thank you.
Mr. Elijah, please can you mute? Thank you, sir. Now we have target return pricing, or what we call target return on investment pricing method. Target return on investment pricing method. This method can also be used to set a selling price for a product. Under this method, the total cost of the product is calculated. Thereafter, a target percentage return on investment is added to the total cost. Under this method, the total cost of the product is calculated. Total costs include variable and fixed costs and other costs incurred. Thereafter, a target percentage return on investment will be added to the total cost. So as to determine the price of the product. You can use this method for planning and for long-term decision making. You can use this method for planning also. This method guarantees that the company make enough profits to meet the expectation of the investor. Ibrahim Simiat, please can you mute?
Sir?
Thank you. All right. We have explained the 3 methods. We now look at pricing strategy. Pricing strategy. What is this pricing strategy all about? Where a company is planning to introduce a new product to the market. If a company is planning to launch a new product to the market, the company must decide on the pricing strategy to use. I'll repeat that. If a company is planning to introduce a new product to the market for the first time, the company must decide on the pricing strategy to use. There are two major pricing strategies. There are two major pricing strategies. Number one is market scheming pricing strategy. Number one is when a product is first launched into the market. This method involves setting higher price when a product is first introduced into the market. And the company will spend heavily on advertisement. Thank God we are back. I had a temporary network glitch, but we are back. Let's continue the explanation. We said market scheming pricing strategy. It involves charging higher price for a product, for a new product that is introduced to the market for the first time. The objective is to achieve higher profit at the early stage of the product life cycle. The objective is to achieve higher profits at the early stage of the product life cycle. Because the product is entirely new and no rival in the market, for market scheming to succeed, the product must be existing product that is not present Sorry, it was network. We said for market scheming pricing strategy to succeed, the new product must come with uniqueness that is not present in existing products. That means rival products cannot compete with the new products. Then you can do market scheming. Number 2, market penetration pricing strategy. This is an alternative to market scheming. When a new product is launched onto the market for the first time, with market penetration, the company will set a low selling price. With market penetration, the company will set a low selling price for the new product so as to achieve higher sales demand as quickly as possible. The aim is to achieve higher sales volume as quickly as possible. With market penetration, by setting a low price, the company can capture larger size of the market. Before competitor can introduce rival products. For market penetration to succeed, the company must be a cost leader. For market penetration to succeed, the company must be a cost leader. What is cost leadership strategy? What is cost leadership strategy? Is the strategy of trying to be the lowest cost producer of a product in the market. When we say cost leadership, the company will work towards achieving production at the lowest cost. The company will work towards achieving production at the lowest cost. Where the company can achieve low cost production, usually through economic of scales, then the company can easily charge a low selling price. Low cost production will enable the company to charge low selling price. Low selling price will enable the company to achieve higher sales volume. Higher sales volume will give the company profits. This is the concept of market penetration pricing strategy. Oh, sorry. Sir, explain economic of scale. Economic of scale. This is the ability for a company to achieve production at a reduced cost by going into mass production. If you look at China, it appears their product is cheaper. What they do normally is they go into mass production. You know your fixed cost is fixed. Some costs are fixed. Once you cover your fixed costs and you are able to produce large volume, that will reduce your cost per one. If you are able to produce large quantity, your cost per unit will fall. A fall in your cost per unit will give you an advantage to be able to charge a low selling price. All right. The first two are the most frequently used strategy. We have passive value pricing. Passive value pricing. Under this method, the seller haven't defined the type of customer he seeks to serve. As a company, as a business entity, you must identify the class of markets you want to address. Some companies look for large numbers. Some companies focus on premium small customer. There are some customers, they are not interested in crowds. They are ready to pay extra amounts for the value the product render. For class purposes, look at table water. Look at the brand of table water we have. Please, this is just for class purposes. But go and watch out. Go and watch out Nestle table water. Nestle table water is costlier than other table water. Go and ask for the price of a bottle of Nestle table water. The price is higher than the prices of normal bottled water. Why are they charging this higher price? It's because the brand, there's a perceived value associated with that brand. There are some consumers, they will not take any table water except Nestle. Some customers are willing to pay for that value, passive value. To some of us, water is water. To some, water is not water. The brand is a concern to some consumers. For trust company, you can charge higher price based on the perceived value that the customer has for your company. Then the last one is price discrimination, differential pricing. A firm can charge different prices for the same product at different segments of the market. A company can charge different prices for a single identical product in different segments of the market. This is called differential pricing strategy or price discrimination strategy. Where it is possible to segment your markets, then you can sell at different price the same products at different markets. If you look at it, we have the mainland market, we have the island market, you have the Lekki market, you have the Aja market. The same products can be sold at different prices at this market. That is price discrimination. All right. We can stop our explanation here. Any question, please? While I await your question, refer to your study pack. Please move to your study pack where you have pricing. Just added the students. That student will require the study pack. Oh. Let me reshare to the group. A student was just added to the platform. Let us go to page 72 of our study pack. Page 72. We should be there now. Yeah. Please go to page 74. Question number 6. Page 74, question 6. Let us start with this question. I'm hoping we can treat 2 questions tonight. Please, can we confirm we are in that page? Page 74, question number 6. Third Park Nigeria Limited. Can somebody confirm that we have opened this page?
Yes, sir.
Open,
I'm
sir.
there,
The
sir.
class is silent.
It's
Yes,
open.
sir.
It's open, sir.
All right, let's go to it. I'll read. Third Park Nigeria Limited produces various types of packaging products for the food industry. CNL has just introduced a new type of pack, and its marketing manager is considering how to penetrate the market with the pack. The following pricing strategy has been suggested: market skimming pricing, market penetration pricing, full cost plus price, return on investment price, and marginal cost plus price. The management accountants, just 1 minute, it's happening like this. The management accountants have provided the following data about the pack. 1, non-current asset needed for the production of the pack is 2 million. Working capital requirements are estimated at 400,000. Expected annual sales volume is 40,000 units. Variable production costs are 60 naira per unit. Fixed year and annual non-production costs will be 100,000. The markup for the pack will be as follows. If full cost plus price is used, the markup is 25%. If marginal cost plus price is used, the markup is 40%. A target return on investment of 10% per year. Requirement A, discuss the above pricing method and advise when each could be used. Requirement A say discuss the above pricing method. Look at the pricing method suggested. Market skimming pricing method. So who can discuss market skimming for us? who can discuss market scheming pricing strategy? Yes, Mr. Latif.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
The strategy that involves charging higher price at the early stage of the product in the market in order to achieve higher profit.
All right. When is it appropriate to use market scheming pricing strategy? Mr. Latif said market scheming involves charging higher price so as to achieve higher profit at the early stage. So that's correct, but it's not complete. When is it appropriate to use market scheming pricing strategy? Yes, Jamil.
The best time that market scheming strategy can be adopted is when the product is being introduced newly to the market and it doesn't have any competitors, or there's no any product that is competing with the product.
No rival.
Yes, it doesn't have any rival. And just like what you said earlier, I just want to add to what Mr. Latif said, that this kind of system, before you can also apply, you need to do a lot of advertisement, because it's the only one in the market. You need to create serious awareness for people to know. Because if the cost of the product is too high, people may decide not to patronize it, but with high level of advertisement, it will make the product to be known.
Okay, aggressive advertisement is needed also.
Yes.
All right, thank you, sir. Yes, Abubakar, I can see your hand up.
Good evening, sir.
When can we use market scheming?
When the hello, sir.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay, when the product being introduced has a uniqueness to it.
Correct. When the product is unique and there is no rival product existing in the market. That's correct. All right, number 2, market penetration pricing. What is market penetration pricing? When can we use market penetration pricing? Yes, Joseph.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
When
Joseph.
market penetration pricing method is used is when a new product is introduced in the market, and then there are rival products. And then by so doing, it now the company has to employ economy of scale by producing more quantity at a lower price in order to have a cost leadership in the market level.
All right. Who's going to put it in a proper perspective for us? Joseph has tried, but is disjointed. Oluwakemi, where are you?
Hello, sir.
Yes, Ayodeji.
It's my own idea about the market penetrating pricing. Is when a product is being launched, and there is a rival product. At least we have to make sure that reduce our price in order to attract more sales, more customer.
Okay. You said we have rival product existing in the market. We now charge a reduced price so as to attract more customers. That's not bad. Now, when can we use market penetration? How can we use it successfully? Who can put that word out for us?
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, the Zoom user.
So we can use it when we have achieved economy of scale, when we can produce a large quantity of the product at a cheaper or lesser amount.
When you are a cost leader, when you can produce at a reduced rate due to economic of scale. All right. The third one, full cost plus pricing method. What is full cost plus pricing method? When can we use this method? Yes, we are listening. Tolu, are you there?
I just spoke.
Okay, you just joined the class.
I just finished answering the other question. I changed to my name
Hello.
from
Hello.
Yes.
Okay. Full cost plus pricing model involves estimating the total cost of the product, that is the variable cost and fixed cost, and then adding a percentage markup to it to arrive at a selling price.
When should we use this method? Or why can we use this method for?
We can use it for planning purpose, as you said.
Thank you. For planning purposes. Number 4, return on investment pricing. What is return on investment pricing? And when can we use this method? Yeah.
Okay, so return on investment pricing, I think is a little bit similar to full cost, but then you get a percentage of your return on investment. You charge it against the total investment you are making.
Okay. All right. I love the way you put it. It's similar to full cost, whereby we are going to add certain percentage return on investment to the total cost so as to derive the selling price. The last one, marginal cost plus pricing method. Where's NOSF? Dean, are you speaking?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
I think marginal is a method of setting the price of a product, or so maybe using only variable costs, then adding extra cost of production to the units.
Okay, at least you mentioned the word using only variable cost, then adding certain percentage markup to the total variable cost. Okay. When can we use this method? Or for what purpose?
It can be used for short-term decision making, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Michael. We can use this method for short-term decision making. You have answered 10 marks of the question. Please, your exam is a combination of theories and calculation. Requirement B. Calculate what the price of the pack should be if its price is based on full cost plus pricing, marginal cost plus pricing, and return on investment pricing. Here we have to calculate. Let's go to it, please. All right. Please get your calculator closer to you. Have the question open on your system. You can start computation now. So I'm trying to pick my pen. All right. So we are asked to calculate what the price will be. B1. Calculate selling price if full cost plus pricing. Method. For this method, I'm going to look for the variable cost and the total cost. Let's go to the question. Examiner says variable production costs are 60 naira per unit. Fixed production cost 300,000. Annual non-production cost 100,000. Volume of sales 40,000. I can go to this without wasting time. I'll pick variable production cost, amount 60 naira per unit. Then I have total fixed production cost. This is 300,000.
Variable cost is 60 naira.
Oh, thank you, 60 naira. I have non-production cost. This is 100,000. Therefore, at the end of the two, my total fixed cost. Total fixed costs include fixed production costs and fixed non-production costs. Our total fixed cost is 400,000. Now, I have to take this cost to per unit. Variable cost per unit is 60 naira. I have to take this total. I cannot add 400,000 to 60 naira. Variable cost is per unit. While total fixed cost is total. I will now go and look for what is the volume of sales and production. Volume of production. How many, please?
40,000 units.
Or sales, this is in naira, is 40,000 units. You can now compute what is total fixed cost per unit. Divide 400,000 by 40. Therefore, total fixed cost per unit. That will go to the last column. That is 10 naira. Can we see it, please? You can now add variable cost per unit plus fixed cost per unit. Therefore, full cost per unit is equal to 70 naira. You have gotten total cost per unit. Now, add a percentage markup. Look at the question. What is the markup for full cost? Look at the question, please.
25%.
25%. That means you are going to compute 25% of 70 naira and add back. Please compute. $25 of 70, how much?
17 naira, 50 kobo.
17.5. Thank you. Now add to 70 naira. 87.5. That is the selling price. If we are using full cost plus, selling price per unit. If you are using full cost plus, that is the selling price per unit. We now go to A2. Examiner say marginal markets. Examiner say marginal cost plus marginal cost plus pricing. Under this method, only the variable cost will be picked. Pick your variable cost, variable production cost per unit. This is 60 naira. Now go and add markup. What is the markup for marginal cost plus?
40%.
40%. Please compute 40% of 60 naira. What do you have?
24 naira.
24 naira.
24 naira. Therefore, your price will be 84 naira. This is selling price if marginal cost plus price is used. You can see why costs vary. At times, company will use full cost plus. At times, they will use marginal cost plus, depending on what they are trying to achieve. Cost is always changing. Now look at the last one. A3. Return on investment pricing. Under this method, we are going to determine the total cost of the product. Total cost include variable and fixed. We now add a percentage markup to it. So we have a target percentage return on investment to it. In this question, we have computed total cost before. Total cost per unit before is 70 naira. That is variable cost 60 naira. Fixed cost 10 naira. Now, what is the target return on investment?
10%.
10%. We now have to do the work here. All working one. Target return on investment is 10%. Now, first, determine the total investment. First, calculate total investment. Investments. Go to the question. Under additional information, you have investments in non-current assets. Look at it, please. Non-current assets needed for the production of the pack. That is 2 million. That means we are going to invest 2 million naira to acquire non-current assets. Working capital requirements are estimated at 400,000. Can come here. Non-current assets investments. This is equal to 2 million naira. Working capital investments. This is equal to 400,000. Therefore, total investments $2,400,000. Now calculate return on investment. Return on investment is 10%. That is
2.4.
10% of total investment. Please compute 10% of 2.4 million.
240,000.
Give us 240,000. This is the target return in naira. But I want to get return per unit. I've gotten total return on investment, 240,000. But I require return on investment per unit. I will now do like this. Return on investment per unit is equal to total return 240. What is the volume of production?
40,000 units.
Please divide.
6 naira.
That means target return is 6 naira per unit. Now come here. Target return on investment per unit is equal to 6 naira. Therefore, selling price is equal to 76 naira. This is the selling price. You are done with the question. You are done with the question. You can move to question 4, illustration 4, page 73. Ama. You can move to question 4, page 73. And please, most likely, examiner will take one question from pricing these diets. Most likely, examiner will take a 20-mark question from pricing these diets. Right? Need to
Oracle
move.
has spoken. Oracle has spoken, sir. No problem.
Please, question number 4, page 73. Yes, Oluwakemi, where have you been hiding?
Is the network. I've been locked out like 2 times. Hello, sir.
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Sorry, sir. What other component can we have under capital employed?
What other words?
Component can we have under investment aside the
What
total
other
investment?
component?
Yes. Yes, sir.
And the question will tell you, not me. You can invest, of course, company invest in assets, non-current assets, current assets. Investment is an asset. So go and watch it. Examiner will tell you the investment they have made. You can invest in plant and machinery. That's non-current asset. You can invest in inventory. That's current asset investment. So the question will tell you the investment now.
What I'm saying is that as we have working capital, can we have any other thing with it?
What is working capital?
Capital we use for our day-to-day
your working capital is your net current asset now.
Okay.
You don't know what you do. You don't know your net current asset.
Yes,
your working capital
yes.
involves your inventory and what have you now.
All right, sir.
Do you understand? And one thing I want to call attention to is that please, do not start disturbing yourself about what has not happened. No, when you preempt what has not even happened, just try to understand the principle. Investment is different from liability. Your variable cost is not an investment. Your fixed cost will not fall under investment. Your investments are the assets the company uses to generate money. All right, so
sorry, sir. So in other words, when we are doing a pricing decision and using a target return or return on investment, every investment measure in the question will be considered.
By God's grace.
Okay, sir.
Anything we invest in, the purpose of investment is to generate return. If you buy a car for your business, that car, you are investing in that car to make money. If you buy a building, that building is to make money. All right. Illustration 4. AMA is a large garden equipment supplier with retail store throughout the country. Please listen to this and follow as we read. AMA is a large garden equipment supplier with retail store throughout the country. Many of the products, it says, are bought in from outside supplier, but some are correctly manufactured by AMA's own manufacturing division. Nay, the prices, a transfer price, the prices that NAY charge or NAY charges to the retail stores are set by head office and has been the subject of discussion. The current policy is for NAY to calculate the total variable cost of production and delivery and add 30% for profit. Please underline, the current policy is for NAY to calculate the total variable cost of production and delivery and add 30% for profit. That means currently, that company uses marginal cost plus, variable cost plus. So the current policy is for NAY to calculate the total variable cost of production and delivery and add 30% for profit. NAY argues that all costs should be taken into consideration, offering to reduce the markup on cost to 10% in this case. Look at that second sentence. NAY is arguing that let me include all my costs, not only variable costs. Then I will reduce my markup on cost to 10%. The retail store are happy with the current pricing policy, arguing that it results in prices that are higher than the comparable products available in the market. NAY has provided the following information to enable a price comparison to be made for the two possible pricing policies for one of its products, Garden X. Let's look at the cost. We have steel. That is raw material now. To produce the metal guiding spare, we have steel. The S have 0.4 kg of high quality steel in the final product. Let me explain that. To produce 1 unit of this product, we require 0.4 kg of high quality steel in the final product. The manufacturing processes, the manufacturing process losses 5% of all steel put in. That means if you want to manufacture the product, although we require 0.4 kg, but there's expected loss of 5%. There's going to be some material wastage that results in 5%. Steel costs 400,000 per ton. A ton is equal to 1,000 kilograms. Interesting. Other material are bought in and have a price list of 300 naira per kg. Although AMA secures 10% volume discount on all purchases. That means the company will enjoy 10% discount. The S require 0.1 kg of this material. The labor time to produce spare or S is 0.5 hour per unit. Labor costs 1,000 naira per hour. Please, this should be per hour. Otherwise, there will be confusion. It should be per hour. Variable overhead are absorbed at the rate of 150% of labor rates. And the fixed overhead are 80% of variable overhead. Delivery is made by an outsourced distributor. That charges 50 naira per guiding spare for delivery. Requirements. Calculate the price that they will charge for the guiding S under the existing policy of variable cost plus pricing. 30%. B, calculate the increase or decrease in price if the pricing policy switch to total cost plus 10%. Let us deal with A and B first. We have just like 40 minutes. But it's good. I address the two questions. That makes sense. So, question is not different from the first question. The only difference is that examiner has brought in some little extra to test our knowledge. We come here, requirement A. Calculate price using variable cost plus pricing method. In this case, we try to determine all the variable costs. We have material. One of them is steel. No, please. Let's go to it. Examiner says we require 0.4 kg of high quality steel in the final product. The manufacturing process loss is 5%. That means if I want to buy, I can buy 0.4 kg. Because I'm aware that although I require 0.4 kg, if I commence production, 5% of the raw material will be lost in the process. That means if I buy 100% material, the material is steel now. If I buy 100% material, 5% will be wasted as process loss. It means that only 95% is used for production. Hello, guys. You are going to buy 100% raw material. 5% is process loss. That implies that only 95% is used for production. That 95% represents 0.4 kg. But you cannot buy 95. You must buy 100%. Look at it. Look at this, please. We can go down small and do the working. Let me go down small. I can do it here. Working. 95% is equal to 0.4 kg. What is 100%, please? For those that started the class with us, we have done something like this. 100 kg is equal to 100 over 95 multiplied by 0.4 kg. Please, what is 100 kg?
0.42.
No, there's something at the back. 0.421 something.
105.
I know what I will do.
0.4211.
95. You have 0.421056, something like that, yeah?
Yeah.
You have 0.42105, something like that.
631.
Yes, 2631. You can stop, Sha. kg. This is the kg of material you are going to. Now, please note, do not compute 5% of 0.4. That would be a wrong approach. Do not compute 5% of 0.4 because 0.4 is not up to 100%. So you have gotten the kg of material to be purchased. What is the price for this material? Look at the question. It said steel cost 400,000 per ton. 1 ton is equal to 1,000 kg. We have to rework this now. It said steel costs 400,000 per ton. 1 ton is equal to 1,000 kg. No, don't put naira. I need to convert this 400 naira to 400,000 per ton, so per kg. To do that, that means per kg still will cost 400,000 divided by 1,000. This is 400 naira per kg. You can now get this price here. I'll pick material 0.42105 261 multiplied by, this is kg, is in kg, multiply price per kg. Please multiply. What is material cost per garden square? How much?
168.42.
168.42. You have resolved that material. That is part of the variable cost. Next, examiner says other material are bought in at a price of 300 naira per kg. Although there's going to be 10% volume discount. So out of this 300 naira, You are going to remove 10% discount. We are left with what, please?
90%.
270.
Thank you. That means if you are discounting 10%, out of 100%, you are going to remove 10%. That means we are left with 90%. The product requires 0.1 kg of this material. Can come here. Other material. Other material. We have 0.1 kg at a price of 300, subject to discount of 10%. Please multiply. 0.1 multiplied by 300 multiplied by 0.9.
27 naira.
That will give you 27 naira. $0.9 represents 90%. If you are not sure of how to do this, you can first do 10% of 300. That will give you 30. Remove 30 naira from 300. You are left with 270. 270 multiplied by 0.1 kg. That will still give you 27 naira. We now move to labor cost. Labor cost. We have the hour. The hour is 0.52 of hours. Look at it, please. The labor time to produce is 0.5 hours per unit. Labor cost is 1,000 per hour. You can multiply.
Sorry, I'm seeing 0.25 there.
Multiply by 1,000 naira. That will give me how much? 250. Abi?
250. Yes, sir, 250.
Then we now have, remember we are using variable cost plus. That is marginal cost plus. We now pick our variable overhead.
This will be 1,000. Where is this from?
Our variable overhead. Look at the question. Examiner says variable overhead are absorbed at the rate of 150 of labor rate. Please, what is the labor cost? You can save yourself the stress. Labor cost is 250, Abby. Please compute 150% of 250.
$375.
Thank you. You can do it this way. Labor cost is 250 naira multiplied by 150%. That is 150 over 100. If you work this out, you are going to get 375. You are done with all the variable costs. Under this method, the variable cost plus method, we don't include fixed cost, but we have delivery cost. It's also variable. Look at it. Delivery is made by an outsourced distributor that charges me 50 naira per garden spare for delivery. And look at the method. Currently, the policy is that to calculate the total variable cost of production and delivery and add 30% for profit. So I will pick the delivery cost. delivery cost, this is 50 naira. Please sum up. That will give you total variable cost per unit. Please sum up to obtain your total variable cost per unit. Total variable cost per how much, please?
870 naira 42 kobo.
87
870 naira 42 kobo.
0.42. You have gotten marginal cost per unit. Now, add the percentage markup. The markup is 30%. Compute 30% of 870.42.
261.
what?
261. 261.
261.
126 kobo. 126.
I didn't get that.
261 naira 126 kobo. 126.
13. Let me approximate. You can now get selling price based on variable cost plus. Please sum up.
1,131.
1,000.
131.5.
131.55.
55.
You have resolved the A pass. This is the selling price that NAY currently charges for its product that it sells to AMA. Both divisions belong to the same company. Now go to requirement B. Calculate the increase or decrease in price. If the pricing policy switch to total cost plus 10%. In this case, requirement B said we should look at total cost plus. Come here and do like this. Requirement B. Price based on total cost plus method. Here we are going to take the variable cost, pick the total variable cost per unit, total variable cost per, this is equal to 870.42. Now add fixed cost to it, fixed cost. Let's go to the question. Look at the question. Examiner says The fixed overhead are 80% of variable overhead. Our variable overhead look at this, variable overhead 375. 80% of this cost represents your fixed overhead. Please compute 80% of 375.
300.
Compute 80% of 375.
300, sir.
Okay, with a check. Oh, sorry. Fixed overhead. Fixed overhead is equal to 375 multiplied by 80%. We have 300, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Now you can now get your total cost per unit of the product. This should be how much?
1,170.42.
1,170.42. Then the percentage markup is 10. Markup is 10. Please compute 10% of this amount.
117.042.
117.042.
042.
You can now get the selling price based on total pricing.
$1,287.
1,287.46. Now compare this with the price under the current method. Is there an increase or decrease? Under variable cost plus 1,131.55.
Increase of.
Why here we have 1,000? There's an increase. So let's calculate the increase in price.
Now 55 naira 89 kobo.
Yeah, let's show the working. We have total cost plus price. This is equal to 1287.46. Variable cost plus price. We have 1131.55. Differences increase in price. What? 55. Point
89.
89. So you can see why the manager is complaining. That the manager is saying that let me use total cost plus so that I can charge a price that covers all my costs and still make profit. Any question, please? Any question, please? We now move to requirement C. Just 1 minute. Yeah, it's here. Just 1 minute. I'm trying to, because requirement C and requirement C and D, they are just theory. I'm trying to do something. Okay. So that it make it more easier. It's a good way to solve 2 questions in a class like this. It's good for everybody. All things being equal, we can round up this topic next week. Because gradually, we have spent like 1 month. All right. Requirement D, or requirement C, sorry. The question says, discuss whether or not including fixed costs in transfer price is a sensible policy. To appreciate this question, let me explain this more. We have a company with 2 divisions. We have a company with 2 divisions. We have Armor division and we have May division. May division produce a component that is sent to Armor division. He also sells to outside customer. May division manufacture a component that is sells to customer outside as well as to a division within the company, Armor. Now the question is, will it be sensible to include fixed costs in the transfer price, the price at which you charge your internal customer? Yes, any opinion?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
I think it's not a sensible policy. Can you hear me,
It's
sir?
not a sensible. Yeah, you say it's not sensible to include this. Why?
To me, it might be a repetition of cost. That's my own reason.
Okay. Any other opinion? Is it reasonable to include fixed costs in the product sold to a division within your company? Let us go to the explanation. If you look at it, it has advantage and disadvantage. As far as the manufacturer is concerned, that is net division. As far as net division is concerned, including fixed costs in the transfer price, we have the advantage of covering all the costs incurred. As far as the manufacturer is concerned, including fixed costs in the transfer price, we have the advantage of covering all the costs incurred. In theory, this should guarantee a profit for the division. Assuming the fixed overhead absorption calculation are correct, accurate. In excess, the manufacturer is reducing the risk in his division. As a manufacturer, you have been able to reduce the risk for your division. Next, accounting for fixed cost is notoriously difficult with many approaches possible. Including fixed costs in your transfer price could lead to manipulation of overhead treatment. The problem is, how do we determine the overhead absorption basis? The problem with including fixed costs is that how do we determine an appropriate basis of absorbing fixed costs? Because this cost is not incurred based on production. This fixed cost cannot be traced to a particular product. So how do we determine the basis of apportionment and absorption? That is the problem with this method. Including fixed costs could lead to poor decision making for the company as a whole. Including fixed costs in your price could lead to inappropriate decision making, because fixed costs generally are not relevant to investment decision making. These costs will be incurred whether or not production takes place. It's an unavoidable cost. Unavoidable costs are not relevant to decision making. That is the explanation for that. Then the last aspect, discuss whether the retail store should be allowed to buy from outside supplier. if the prices are cheaper than those charged by NE division. Let me try to explain this question. You have two divisions. One is AMA division, two is NE division. AMA require products that is manufactured by NE. Now, the selling price of NE division is high. AMA is now saying, let me go and buy this component from another supplier outside. Let me not buy from NE. Should we allow the retail store to buy from external supplier? Why our own company manufacture the products? Yes. People have gone to sleep. I started with 28 students.
They're here with you.
So I'm left with 21 students. Should we allow the retail store to buy from outside? Look at the response.
Depends on the company. Depends on the company policy.
You have to advise the company now. You are the advisor to the company.
We should allow them to go and buy from the outside if the prices are more cheaper than what we produce.
Now, what will happen to your own company? What you have produced? If you are buying the products from outside, knowing fully well that your company can produce these products,
but it is.
How do you expect other customers to come and buy from you? Look at the logic. Right. I have a bank of my own, and I'll go and open another account. I have a bank, or I produce a bottle of water, and I'll be. You know, it's on Avi. Okay, let's look at this. Degree of autonomy allow the store in buying policy. If the store are allowed too much freedom in buying policy, look at it, look at it. Although divisions are autonomous, because of autonomous policy, the store can buy from outside supplier. Divisions are regarded as independent company, so they can buy from external supplier. But if the stores are allowed too much freedom in buying policy, AMA could lose control of its business. Look at it. If you are allowed to be buying from outside, you may lose control of your business. Brand could be damaged if each store bought a different supplier's spare and other products. If you are buying from other suppliers, that could damage your brand. On the other hand, flexibility increase by buying from outside. That means we allow flexibility. Flexibility can increase our profits. by exploiting profit could be made for the company by the store manager. Exploiting locally found bargains. You can buy locally. We can achieve more profits. But there's a risk, there could be a risk to our brand. Because the competitors know that you manufacture the products. Why are you buying our own? Then what are you telling the customer that buys your own products? If I manufacture a product and I'm going to buy the same product outside, how do I convince you as a customer to buy my product? Then we have to consider quality of the product. Are you sure the external supplier will give us the same quality as what we produce in-house? The stores could buy a slightly inferior product at a reduced price. This could seriously damage the company's brand. Also, there is the issue of motivation. Individual managers like a little freedom within which to operate. Where managers are forced to buy from within at higher price, that could demotivate the managers. All right. You can look at the notes that we share. Please read both the theories and calculation. I will stop here. It's a time well spent.
Hello, sir.
Any questions? Yes, please.
Okay. This last the last question, solution that you just concluded now. To the best of my now understanding, is neither here or there. So, in case of a sum, does it mean that one should just justify both sides? Because as it is here, it's neither we suggest we agree that the division.
You are actually correct.
The division should buy or not buy.
In the exam, you are going to look at it from the perspective of the first manufacturing division. It's good for the manufacturing division to charge its fixed cost. That will enable you to cover all your costs. Is that clear, please? And that will guarantee profits. It is good from the perspective of a division. Now look at it from the company's perspective as a whole. So you are going to consider two positions. The position of the manufacturing division and the position of the company as a whole. For the division, it is favorable. For the company as a whole, buying from outside, what you can produce from within can damage your brand reputation. So that is how you are going to respond in the exam. It's neither here or there. Is it better, please?
Thank you, sir.
On this note, we shall be calling it a good night.
Yes, sir.
I will be
Thank you.
stepping out of the class.